Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my makeup for my Tamaki cosplay. So to start with, I always put my ears on first. So I just apply a little bit of spirit gum using a cotton tip around the ear itself. And then once it's all there, nice in the right spots, I'm going to gently place it where I want to have it on my ear. And I'm just going to press and hold for a little while until that glue becomes really tacky and sticks to my ear. When I feel like that's all good, it's stuck down, I'll move to the other side. So here's just a little picture of the spirit gum I use. So moving on to the other side, I do the exact same thing. Using a cotton tip, I'll apply some spirit gum to where it's going to stick to my ear, press, hold down until it feels like they're both tacky and also sitting in the right position. Once they're both on, we're going to move on to the face. So starting with some primer, I'm going to just put a good amount over my whole face, but I don't want to smother it. Don't put too much and make yourself feel a bit oily. Just give a good even coverage. Next up, I'm going to take some glue stick and I'm going to apply that to my eyebrows to help push them up and hold them in that position that I'm going to need them to be for Tamaki. Once we've done that, let's move on to some concealer. So starting with under eye concealer, I want to get a nice even coverage under there to cover any of the dark circles and puffiness that I might have under my eyes. So you want to make sure you get a good even coat moving up onto the eyelid itself, so that under eyelid, to cover the darkness there and also give that illusion that the bottom eyelid isn't very prominent, it's not really there. Make sure both sides evenly covered, moving right down onto the top of that cheekbone if you need to cover it all, going back to correct any imperfections that may be there. Let's move on to that whole face concealer. I'm now going to place this over any blemishes, red spots, freckles, or any imperfections on my face to cover it and give me that nice smooth skin that we want to achieve. Now let's move on to foundation. I always like to start with a liquid foundation and cover that over my whole face and blending down into my neck. So I want to make sure I get a nice even coat over all my skin, avoiding that under eyelid area though where I put that concealer earlier, as I find you achieve a better look if you don't put any extra wet foundation over that under eye concealer. So making sure I'm getting everywhere, all over the nose, around the mouth, down onto that chin and down into the neck to give it that nice even blended look so it doesn't look too unnatural. When I'm happy with all the foundation, I'm going to move on to contouring. So taking a nice dark shade, I'm going to start at the tip of my ear and move down the cheekbone all the way to my mouth and repeat that on the other side. I'm also going to keep going with that till I'm happy. I want it nice and dark, and then I'm going to actually go down and highlight the sides of my chin. I'm going to go around that jawline, applying a lot of contour and actually moving down onto the neck, as Tamaki has quite an angular, sharp jawline and sharp face, so I'm going to need to do a lot of contouring to help achieve that face shape. So here we are, I'm really getting down, trying to give a nice even look, so creating that triangle down the neck. We also need to contour the side of our nose to give us that little bit more slim angular nose, and also a little bit of contour on the tip of the nose itself to make it look smaller. Around the forehead, and then we also want to get into those temples, as it helps make your cheekbones stand out even more, especially for these characters with quite angular faces and sharp jawbones and cheekbones. Once we've done that, I'm then going to put a little bit of contour under my lips. Moving on, we're going to add highlighter to those cheekbones quite a bit, as we want them to stand out and it'll help make those cheeks seem more sunken. a little onto the forehead, chin, and also the bridge of the nose. Try not to get the tip of the nose, as that'll make it a little bit more shiny. Then taking a powder foundation, I'm going to blend it all together. So I want it to stand out, but I don't want these harsh lines to be visible when I'm taking my pictures and filming. Therefore, I need to blend it in nice and deep so that it all looks natural, like this is my actual face shape. Then I actually have this angular shape. I'm also going to put a little bit on the ears so that they blend in a little bit more with my overall face. A little bit under the eyes, we're going to blend in that under eye contour right now. So we're going under those eyes, make sure that that's all blended in. Now that the face is done, let's move on to the eyes. So taking an eyeliner pencil, I'm going to draw out the basic shape that I want my eyeliner to achieve. So Tamaki has those very angular, sharp eyes. So we want to try and achieve that using that eyeliner to make our eyes a little bit sharper and stand out a little bit more. Once you've done one side, you're going to copy that shape on the other side, going back and correcting as needed. We want the wing to go out nice and sharp. We don't want it to point up too much. We want it pretty straight on. We're then going to color in between that line we've drawn and the actual end of the eyeline where the eyelashes are itself. Color it in nice and black. Check that shape you've achieved to make sure it's exactly what you want, and then copy that process on the other side. Now let's move on to some eyeshadow. So taking a nice white color, I'm just going to go around that eyebrow bone. So starting right in the corner of the eye, I'm going to go up onto that brow bone, getting that nice white highlight there. After that, I'm going to mix a pale and also a little bit of a darker blue to color in the eyelid. Now I don't want this to be too overpowering. I just want to add a little bit of color there. Now that I have my eyeshadow all done, I'm going to take my liquid eyeliner and I'm going to go over that shape that I created earlier. So I'm basically going to just fill in where I was earlier, make it a little bit more bold and prominent. So we're going to do that on both sides, just following those guidelines that you created earlier. But now you can use your liquid eyeliner to make it stand out a little bit more and really use that to now shape the side of your face. And we can also really bold out those wings now. Make sure they create that shape you want to achieve. With Tamaki, I also like to add a little bit of extra eyeliner to the inside of my eye, just to help create that face shape and those eye shapes a little bit more, help it stand out and give me that bit more of an angular effect with the eyes. We're now just going to complete the same thing on the other side, checking to make sure they match. Now let's move on to brows. Taking a nice dark blue that's going to match your wig, I'm just going to fill in that eyebrow, creating the shape that I need to make me look like Tamaki. So as we know, Tamaki is a quite anxious character, therefore I want my eyebrows to sit quite high, make it look like I'm on edge and I'm nervous a lot of the time. Now we need to remember that our eyebrows don't have to look 100% the same. Our eyebrows should be sisters, not twins. So if they don't 100% match, that's fine. Don't stress about it. You're just going to keep going along your brow until you're happy with the shape you've achieved with those eyebrows. I'm then going to take some more of my powder foundation just to go over any of those imperfections that the eyebrows may have created. Now with Tamaki, I also like to finish off by taking some of my contour and making my mouth a little bit more wider, a little bit more angular. So just those corners of the lips, I just fill in a little bit as it gives me that little bit more of a wider mouth, longer mouth appearance. I'm then just going to blend that in gently so it looks nice and natural. Going back if I need to make it look a little bit more prominent. Now to finish off the look, we need those teeth. I have some scarecrow fangs as they allow me to reuse them, take them in and out as I please without having to mix up some paste. And there we have it. This is my completed Tamaki look. Now with the wig and the costume, this is how it looks. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below, or if there's any characters you want me to do for makeup next, let me know. Thanks for watching.